Now you have decided to use Bootstrap for your next project. How then do you pull in Bootstrap to your application? There are majorly two ways to do that. The first one is by using the Bootstrap CDN, while the second one is to download Bootstrap to your application folder. Let's start with using Bootstrap CDN. To use CDN, CDN simply means Content Delivery Network. So click on Get Started on the Bootstrap website, which is getbootstrap.com. If you click on Get Started, this will take you to the documentation page where you can learn how to set up Bootstrap on your project. So this is the quick start part of it. The CSS. You are told to copy and paste this link, and put it in the head section of your HTML file. So let's copy this file and open our CSS and our HTML page. Within the head section, we're going to paste in the link that we got from there, which is this. Now we have that link pasted in the head section. There is one more thing you need to do. That is adding the JavaScript that comes with Bootstrap to your project. So for you to do that, simply click on the script link here, or you can just click on the copy here and paste it at the bottom of your HTML page. That is before the closing body tag, which is this. Once you have done these two, that means you have Bootstrap in your project. Let's test this. Under the nav bar, I can just type in let's say h4 and give it a class. Let's say this is our heading. Then you can add a class, say the class of, then one of the Bootstrap utilities that we can add. Let's just take a look at the utilities section, or just to teach you how to search the Bootstrap page. Here you have the search bar on the Bootstrap website. So what do we want to search? We want to search how to add colors. So let's see the Bootstrap colors and how we can add that to our application. So you can see the different colors that they have, and this is telling you how to use SAS, but we don't want to talk about SAS yet. So let's take a look at colors again, and let's see this aspect, colors. So here you can see the different ways to add different colors to your HTML elements. Here you have the text primary, which will give you this exact color. If you want something that is similar to green, text sources. So I'm going to copy that and then add that class to here with, I will remove the dot. So once you put class to be equal to text sources, this text, which is this is a heading, we have the color that is attached to this text sources, which is somewhat similar to green. So I've saved that page and then I will reload my page. Here you have it. So without having to write any CSS, we have our text to be green the way we want it. And we can even change that color and put something different from green. Say we want to have something that is similar to red. So we can have this, which is text danger. So I'm going to type in text danger, and then I'll save that file and reload the page. Then that will suffice exactly what we want. Okay, so that is one way to add Bootstrap to your application. The second way is to download Bootstrap itself inside your project folder. This has some advantage of ensuring that you are always loading Bootstrap, irrespective of the availability of the CDN. Supposing that the Bootstrap CDN stops working or there's a network issue, that means you won't be able to load this Bootstrap component into your application. But if you download the Bootstrap files into your application, then you have everything you want within your application. So let's go ahead and download the source, the compiled CSS and JavaScript. So click on download. So this will download the files. It may be huge, and depending on your network size, um, okay, so we have 1.259 or 1,259 kilobytes. So once we're done with that file, we need to extract it. So click on the folder. You have it here. We need the CSS and the Bootstrap folder. So instead of copying them individually, I'll just copy everything here, and I'll come back to the training folder, which is our main folder. So we're going to have those folder pasted in here. I'm going to change this for easy accessibility. I'm going to change this to Bootstrap. Then within the Bootstrap, we have CSS, and within CSS, we have many files. Also within JavaScript, we have many JavaScript files. Okay, so now we have this in our application. Let's go back to our source file, which is our book. Instead of linking to the CDN here, I will remove this, and then I will link related style sheet, and then I will link to that particular file within our project. So how do we do that? So we know that the file we're looking for is within the Bootstrap folder. So the first thing we need to type in here would be the Bootstrap slash. Then we have a CSS folder within it, then CSS. Then within the CSS, we have different files. But because we want to load everything that has to do with Bootstrap, we can just pull in the Bootstrap .css. You could also load the minified version, which is the main.css, but we are okay for now with the CSS. Then you need to do similar thing to the JavaScript part. Delete that of the CDN, and then you have to write a script to load that particular file within your folder. So the Bootstrap / the JS / then the Bootstrap.js. So this link is actually referring to the Bootstrap. Within the Bootstrap, we have the JS, and within the JS, we have Bootstrap.js, which is what we have done. If I save this file and I go back to my website and I reload the page, now you can see that everything looks exactly the same way. So whichever you feel you are more comfortable or convenient with working with, then you can always use it. But one thing you should always remember is that if you use the Bootstrap CDN, the first one we used, if you use the CDN, this may not work if you do not have internet connection. So now we are working on a local server, local host. If you don't have internet and you have used this, it will not work, because this needs access to the internet to load this file from a CDN. But if you download the Bootstrap, you can always use your application, whether it is online or